They're more college educated. They're I don't want to say they're more of the breadwinner, but it seems to be in a lot of situations black women are leading. And so before, again, when James Earl Jones says this, he's speaking from a point of being rich, right? Obviously, he's an actor, a movie star. So for him, he doesn't need a woman to lead. But I think that he's out of touch in this take because when you look at the average person, especially in the black community, a man might not be, again, fit to lead. And therefore, that creates resentment in our woman. So let's keep it going.
Do you find that some black women you've known out of your personal experience blame the black man for what happened to them in slavery even today?
Of course. If the black man, regardless of the causes, failed to protect her, left her in a position where she had to sell herself or bargain with her body and so on. Yes, she had there's resentment about that, but it's very complex now. You see, I think in another generation you'll get a whole crop uptight about their position in society. There are many, because I'm generalizing now, many are overreacting against Aunt Jemima, the Aunt Jemima image, the submissive Mother Earth type, unselfish, all giving, especially all giving to the white man, sexually and in the kitchen, every other way.
Okay. Now, that might offend some people. But if we're going to keep it 100 about black women, and I don't want to say all black women, but I think that there has been a sentiment of black women, I don't want to say overreacting, but definitely distancing themselves from that Aunt Jemima, Mother Earth kind of woman that's super submissive, super feminine, super willing to take care of kids and do all these things and just be that mother at home. I do think that our women have distanced themselves from that. I do think it is due to, again, if you look to your men to protect you and they couldn't, you would have to take that upon yourself to advance and protect yourself. And so therefore, I think that's why they have distanced themselves from that motherly sort of role that other women flock to. But I also think it's due to, entertainment and the media has been armed against our people more than anybody. And so I think there's been a lot of images in entertainment and media that have promoted distancing themselves from that Aunt Jemima or that motherly, image. I think a lot of musicians and rappers and actors have came out that are black women and have kind of promoted distancing themselves from that. So while I think again there's accountability to be had, you can go all the way back from slavery with black men not protecting their women and making them feel safe. I also think you can put it on the imagery and the subconscious programming that the entertainment industry and the media have, put on black women to make them feel as if they don't need their man or as if they are supposed to be less feminine and distance themselves from that motherly image that we see. So I definitely think that is something that goes on. And I do think that creates a disconnect between black women and men. Because when you find a black man that wants to lead, when he has the finances down, and then he also has this emotional stability down and intelligence, he's not necessarily going to want to deal with somebody who doesn't want to take heed, who is not submissive, who is, maybe more militant, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not able to tap into the femininity aspect of being a woman, when the right man comes along, this is where the problem lies. And I think a lot of times that is what happens within the black community because black women maybe have to go for a while, being that man, quote unquote, right? So I agree with him to a certain degree. But again, I still do think it's a nuanced conversation.
And she's also overreacting against the the problem of having to be the breadwinner, the matriarch of the house. The myth of the black matriarch is really a myth, because she is not. It wasn't her choice. Many black women, I'm sure, once they found this job had a certain social and political dignity to it, relished it and wielded the rolling pin, like any minority group mama would do. But no matter how much she might relish it, it wasn't her choice to begin with. She would always have preferred the black male to have run the house, to have saved her from white rapists, white slave owners.